redefining co-working.
Exceptional offices for every business.
Espaces expands with 2 premier locations.
Cool Springs at Corporate Center and Brentwood at City Park.
Explore the private offices, team suites, and fully equipped meeting rooms.
Limited spaces are available.
Schedule your private tour now at Espaces.com and be sure to check out all 15 locations at Espaces.com.
That's Espaces.com.
Espaces.com.
Some of my best friends used to be liberal atheists, and now they're like devoted Jesus followers, and they're Republicans. And you know what I've noticed from them is like they thought that they were on the side of unity and love, but then once they changed their mind, that side turned on them so fast, and we welcomed them.
Anybody that voted for Biden, it's your freaking fault that happened. You voted the guy that opened the freaking borders. It's your fault. It begins with the voter. It's on your ass. Period.
But
it ain't Biden's fault. It's who voted for that guy. It's your fault.
But those same people would vote for a guy who believed the exact same way Biden did. They do it today.
Everyone says this, and I think it's true. He never forgot a face, and I don't think he ever forgot a name. It was incredible. I mean, there are plenty of ambassadors for his organization, plenty of people doing social media. I didn't think like he would really remember me, but he remembered my name. He remembered who I was.
The Try That in a Small Town podcast begins now.
All right, everybody, welcome back. This is the Try That in a Small Town podcast, coming to you from the Patriot Mobile Studios right here at Espaces. We love it here. Go to Patriot Mobile, by the way, patriotmobile.com/small town. Put in the code small town, get a free month. They'll stay longer, I promise. Check out espaces.com as well. Tonight, this is going to be fun. We've got a really fun guest, and I like it when we've never met the guest before. I happened to find this girl online on Instagram, and she's powerful. She has great beliefs. She's not afraid to speak what she thinks. It's awesome. I ended up DMing her. She said she'd come on the podcast. Welcome, Caroline Joyous.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Caroline. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm so excited about this. It's really cool when you get invited onto the podcast of the songwriters and musicians of the songs I was already listening to, you know, so it's really, really neat. I love music. I'm a musician myself. And so to be on here is really special. Y'all are, I can already tell, a lot of fun. So I'm really excited.
Wow, you just won us over.
I mean, yeah, that was a great intro.
Please go on.
Thank you. Please. Yes, continue. Yes.
How far did you drive?
About 3 hours. Yes, sir. Not too far. I'm from Northeast Alabama, so it's just, you know, right down below Nashville.
Roll Tide.
Yes, sir. Roll Tide.
Bring it up here, 3 hours.
I like how she's got the yes sirs already.
I know. I like that.
Raised up right. Raised up right.
That may be the furthest any guest has driven to be on the podcast. You may win.
Oh, wow.
You may have the record.
Yeah.
Do I get like a trophy or something?
You get a cup.
Maybe a cup.
Yeah.
We have a cup.
I got a song about it. Oh,
yeah, here you go.
Thank you. This is beautiful.
No, I don't
This
think
is great.
that might be a little overkill.
That's Caleb.
Careful.
Caroline, for people that don't know you or that haven't followed you as of yet, I'm sure they will now, explain to them what you do, who you are. I know you're an ambassador for Turning Point USA. Would you consider yourself a social media influencer? Is that a negative connotation, or is that, how do you respond to that? What do you do?
Yeah, I don't know about that. You know, it really didn't happen on purpose. I didn't wake up and I was like, I want to do social media. I want to be a social media influencer. Like, you know, and most of the time when people say that, it's like very negative connotation, you know, but for me, it kind of started back in 2020 when the government shut down churches. And like I said, I'm from Alabama.
From COVID,
so,
right?
Yes. Yeah. The deep red South. But my granddad is a preacher of a very small church in my town. And then my parents are small business owners. My mom, she's owned a hair salon for over 25 years. And then all of a sudden, just like that, my mom was forced to, you know, leave her livelihood for a little while, a few weeks, a month maybe. And our church was forced to close its doors. And it just was a wake-up call for me. I've grown up in a very a Christian conservative household, but to me, politics had never really mattered. I was like, this is for the men to talk about at Thanksgiving. We like Trump. We watched Tucker Carlson, you know, back when he was on Fox. But it was never really like, okay, I'm into this. In fact, I remember specifically telling my mom one day, like, I would never be in politics. And you know what they say, like, if you want to make God laugh, you tell him your plans, right? And just like that, the Lord started to reveal to me, like, if Christians don't take a stand, if conservatives don't stand up, no matter how old you are, then who else is going to? Mm-hmm. Because it seemed like really a lot of business owners weren't speaking out and a lot of pastors weren't speaking out. And so I started to kind of just do my own like research, kind of watch the news with my dad. Maybe I do want to pay attention to this a little more, and came across Charlie Kirk and Turning Point and just got plugged in from there, started making videos, and just kind of from there, it was like, I can't get away from this. I'm so passionate about it. I love it so much. And then, just as everything continued to progress with the nation, with different elections and everything, it was like, I just saw more and more of a need for Christians to be involved. And then I have a little sister who my parents adopted in 2021. She's 5 now. And for that reason, I'm super pro-life. And I've realized, like, as a Christian, if I'm pro-life, I can't get out of politics because my faith and my politics, like, they directly coincide. They're very correlative of each other, right? And so that's kind of how I got into it all. And I realized, like, if you want to reach my generation, you have to be where they're at. And that's doing what y'all are doing. That's getting on social media. And maybe it isn't always fun. And as I know, all of you know, you're going to get a lot of backlash for it. You can't say you guys better try that in a small town. Who am I talking to?
Everybody loves us. Everybody.
Yes, exactly. And so, you're going to get a lot of hate. You're going to get a lot of heat. But I think it kind of fires us up more and makes us want to keep going even more. And so at this point, it's like, why would I get out? I'm so passionate about this. I love it so much. I love our country so much. And we see what a war we're in. We see that it's good versus evil. It's not just right versus left. We saw that they took Charlie Kirk's life because of it. So if they're willing to take someone's life in order to silence their voice, then we must be saying something important, something that people need to hear, right? And so...
wow, you're coming in strong.
Don't worry, folks. You'll get warmed up. Wow.
It's an incredible story, and I had no idea of the origin. So you're a young woman. How old are you right now?
I'm 19. I'm about to be 20.
You're about to be 20. So during COVID, you're 14, 15?
Yes, yeah.
Wow. And the effect that it had on you at that moment, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And who was the preacher? I'm sorry. Who was the pastor that was in your family? Your grandfather?
Dennis Smith, my granddad. He's a pastor, and he's been pastor since he was a teenager. Like before he even went to seminary, he was preaching, and he's been such an example to me because don't get me wrong, he didn't want to shut the doors of our church. Our church met outside, but even at that, it's like, wow, what a wake up call,
Looking back on all that now, it feels insane that we're talking about this.
I know.
I'll see a meme come up every now and then, a picture of COVID and what we were doing and what people were doing, like it doesn't feel real. And it happened.
No, the thing with the churches, and then, even going to, they didn't want you outside. You can't go to the beach. They closed down the beaches. It was all insanity.
You could golf. That was the only thing approved.
You could hunt,
golf.
and you could golf.
Yeah.
It still makes no sense to me that even when they started like slowly opening up coffee shops, you wear your mask in.
Until you ate.
I know. I get a headache even talking about it.
Until you eat.
So dumb.
Going back, it makes me
like, I don't understand that.
Hurt.
Like, why is it okay to take the mask off now that's when you're doing your most germ spreading? Your mouth wide open, shoving a piece of pie into your face,
has the backlash for you, like when you're out on the street or with social media, responses to posts that you make and stuff, is it just like every year, the more you've gotten, the more you've dove in, is the backlash just insane?
It's so bad. It's so bad. And I know you guys understand it, but like people, it's very real and it's very spiritual, and people want you
no doubt
dead. Like I have people every day, every single day. People they tear me apart for my looks, my accent, my whatever it is. Like they'll come for anything. One of my friends I was talking to last week, she wanted to get involved in politics, and she's like, "Okay, so what's your advice for me? I want to start making videos." And I'm like, "Okay, anything that you're insecure about, prepare to have it picked apart times 10. And if you can't do that, then maybe don't do it, because it's brutal and people are very, very mean." But I find that like that's what they come for when they don't have anything of substance, when they don't have any facts, when the truth isn't on their side. then they're going to come after you for everything else, right? So it's very bad. My dad sometimes he'll like go after people in the comments.
Oh, well, so I was going to ask, do you read the comments? And then I was going to ask about your dad, because I'm sure he's
That's not
extremely
safe for Dad
protective.
to read that stuff, because he's gonna get protective like crazy, man.
Well, my parents are probably more protective of me. I think at this point, I'm like, maybe it's just like the Lord's protecting me from it. But I think too, I've just kind of numb to it at this point. Like, I'm like, I don't think that people would really say it to my face, you know? But they have though.
They thrive. They thrive on.
They're keyboard warriors.
Yeah, that's
like,
what they do.
It's
their best
so
work.
much easier to pretend that you have courage when you're behind a screen, right? Because I'm like,
100%.
like, you know what they, this is really mean, but you know what they look like. Like if they if like a green haired, you know, tattooed up liberals like walking in Walmart, they're probably not going to stop if you have a MAGA hat on and yell at you. They'll do that on the internet, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so it's brutal. I used to try not to read the comments, but I really do most of the time. And most of the time when I do, I'm like,
You can't help it.
I'm gonna post more now because you guys have me really frustrated, and then you have a few of those messages, very few, they reach out and they're like, hey, I've changed my mind a little bit because of something you posted. It got me thinking, or hey, I'm open to having a conversation with you. And they're very few and far between, but those I think to me make it worth everybody else, you know, because these people are deceived. They don't understand. And it's really, really, I think, encouraging when you do have those few. And then you kind of forget about the rest because you have so many people that are on our side. I mean, look at that behind you. Try that in a small town. Yeah. Number one,
Come on.
the people are with us, okay? There's so many more people that are on our side, I believe. And I think we're just winning more and more over. So we just have to keep going because evil is hates us.
Well, it
So,
seems
you
like-
know what? Go ahead.
No, go
Kelly.
ahead.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
was just going to say it's really easy when we start doing like this podcast and you're doing what you're doing. It's real easy to get stuck saying what you want to say, but refraining from saying it because you're afraid to offend somebody. And I've struggled with that.
Sure.
And we go back and we edit shows and stuff like, oh, that didn't sound too good.
Yeah, like, I
But
know what
really
we
and
meant,
tru-
but I'm not sure what
But
they'll...
really and truly, it needed to be said. I'm just at this point, I'm just not used to saying it. She's been doing it longer than we have.
I know, isn't that
Well-
insane?
Yeah, and I was going to ask you, like, on going on the protests, and it seems like most of the time you'll ask the protesters a question, they won't say anything. They don't want to say anything. Generally, it's probably because they don't know what to say, you know. But and going back to your dad, does your dad, anybody in your family, do they wish you weren't going and doing that? Because you can put yourself in a dangerous situation sometimes. So has anything dangerous happened that you were kind of fearful a little bit? And does your family, friends, or anything suggest that maybe you shouldn't get so close?
I've definitely had friends that have suggested that I maybe not. They're like, would it really be worth it? Like, if you get hurt, if something happens, would it really be worth, you know, trying to reason with these people? But my parents, on the other hand, they're Christians. They love the Lord. The reason I believe what I do is like, it goes back to how they raised me because this is what they believe. They're so strong in their faith. They love this country so much, and they believe that we have something at stake. There's something worth fighting for, like freedom, you know? And so they're very encouraging of it, and they've never pushed it on me. They tell me all the time, if you want to quit anytime. They don't care. But they're very, very supportive, and they're like, you know, full speed ahead. They're completely with it. My parents oftentimes will come with me to protests and events. And my dad, when I was 14 and 15, I wasn't flying across the country by myself. I drug him to so many Turning Point conferences, and he gladly went because, you know, he's a great, godly, like, masculine man, and he has very strong convictions. And my parents have only been super, super encouraging. I have friends a lot, like even last week, it's like, hey, maybe this wouldn't be worth it, like if you get hurt. But I mean, that's just life, you know? Like you could pull out from this podcast and get killed. Like, I hope that never happens. But we're saying we can't play life safe. We can't. Like, tomorrow isn't promised, so we might as well do what we can and stand for what we can today, you know?
That's why nobody knows where the studio is.
Probably smart. It's a good idea.
Hey, I think, you know, a lot of people that listen to this podcast probably know what Turning Point USA is, but can you help explain to the people that don't what Turning Point USA is and does and works for?
just incredible. But it was founded by Charlie Kirk, which anyone who knows Turning Point knows that, many, many years ago when he was, still 18 years old. And Turning Point not only registers voters, but reaches so many people, not only through conferences, but through social media with the message that freedom is valuable and freedom is worth fighting for. Reaches them with the message of free market and capitalism and preserving traditional family values. A lot of times when people, hear that you're associated with Turning Point, they're like, oh, you're just a big Trump supporter. All you care about is Trump. Very rarely is President Trump at the center of what Turning Point is doing whatsoever. And Turning Point Action, which is an extension of TPUSA, they're very, very focused on registering voters, very, very focused on endorsing local candidates, which is so, so imperative, right, if we want to preserve freedom. But Turning Point there's so many other facets of it. I encourage people to go look into it themselves and then come to their own conclusion. But there's Turning Point Faith now, which is reaching people with the gospel. It's mobilizing churches to get more Christians involved. And then there's TPUSA Rise, which is, reaching African Americans and minorities and getting them involved. People say, Turning Point hates women, Turning Point is racist, but you look at what they're actually doing. They're actually empowering all races in both genders to do more than ever before, especially my generation. I feel like, for decades and decades, we haven't really had a seat at the table in politics. But Charlie Kirk, through Turning Point, gave us that seat at the table. He showed everyone that you're never too young to get involved and your voice does matter. Even if you don't have a degree yet, even if you can't even vote yet, it's still so important that we get involved at a really young age because we have to before my generation is sent off to college and most of them indoctrinated with a bunch of liberal propaganda. We got to get to them, So that's what Turning Point's really about. But to anyone still having any questions, I really encourage you to go look into it yourself. Because I think if you look into it with an open mind and an open heart, you'll see that they're doing a lot of good.
100% agreed.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Follow up?
No.
I was curious, how close were you to Charlie? Did y'all spend quite a bit of time together? Did y'all know each other very well, or?
I was not personal friends with Charlie. I really wish that I could have been. It would have been really neat. But thankfully, through Turning Point, I did have the opportunity to meet him on several occasions, like through the years, like 14 to now. When I was 19, I met him for the last time, and he's one of those people where I feel like everyone says this, and I think it's true. He never forgot a face, and I don't think he ever forgot a name. I'm talking even
one of those guys. He was.
It was incredible. There are plenty of ambassadors for his organization, plenty of people doing social media. I didn't think he would really remember me, but he remembered my name. He remembered who I was, and when I was 16 years old, I had a small podcast and I really wanted to interview him on there. He was like my dream guest, and I'd been involved with TPUSA. I was like, I really want to get Charlie Kirk on the podcast. And of course I told my dad, and he's like, that's great, Caroline. But it probably might not happen. It's great. You should, you reach out, you never know. And so I did. Mikey McCoy, who's awesome and still is a major part of TPUSA, but he was Charlie's assistant. I reached out to him over and over. Every other week I would send him an email and be like, hey, following up for 6 months. I was like, I really want to interview Charlie Kirk. And I think I had maybe 100 subscribers on YouTube. There was no reason Charlie Kirk.
We've got 65.
But there was absolutely no reason that Charlie Kirk should have given me an interview I don't even know if I was 16 years old yet. And he took the time out of his day to sit down for however long I wanted and have a conversation with me. This is Turning Point's, running full steam ahead at this point. This is a year of the midterms and everything. There's so many things that he could have been doing, running 100 different directions, but he sat down to talk to a 16-year-old, someone who couldn't vote, someone who didn't have influence, but someone who mattered to him. He didn't even know me. It really, really, it meant so much to me then, and that's why it means so much to me now to continue to carry out his message and to represent Turning Point in any capacity. But, he told me one thing. He's like, Caroline, he's like, you might be successful. He's like, actually, I think you will be successful. You know why? He said, because you are relentless. And I have a bracelet now that says relentless, and I wear it every day, and I remember that because as Christians, as conservatives, as musicians, as people that are so heavily involved in the culture war, it's so important that we stay relentless, you know. But to answer your question, I didn't really know him. I've talked to him. I've talked to Erica, and I think they're really genuine people, and I love Charlie. But that conversation I'll never forget. And then the last time I talked to him was the AmFest before he passed, America Fest, and he had like so many members of like the press around him. He was walking in like this in the conference center, and I was like, he's not gonna remember me, he's not gonna talk to me, like whatever. And he stopped like with everyone around him, and he's like, hey, good to see you. And he shook my hand and he smiled and he said, keep fighting. And that was the last time I ever saw him.
Awesome.
But like that is so ingrained into my mind, and like anyone that asks me about Charlie, I just want to keep sharing that with them. Like he had so much joy about him. He really, really loved people, and no matter what, he was gonna keep fighting. And so we have to. But that was a really long answer to a really short question.
That's great. That's great.
That's incredible. You're a testament to who he is and was, and that's the only thing that's good that came out of this, is that his message and who he was has affected so many people to inspire them to spread his message and their message. So good on you. That's incredible. Let's move the turning point thing, since it's very relevant to the last week.
Yes.
The Super Bowl, which we can
It wasn't,
either talk about the Super Bowl or
it wasn't
not,
so super.
but the halftime show, which obviously Turning Point did.
You know,
I'll let this go.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, you did interrupt.
Enough. Well, I mean, we also got to get his own episode.
I really wanted to hear what y'all had to say about this.
Congratulations.
Don't get him going.
It's too soon.
Too soon.
Yeah,
It's too soon.
He's still in the morning.
No, I'm happy for Sam Darnold. I mean, happy for him, I guess. We just got beat down. No, it's really too soon. It's so, I don't know. Next question.
But yeah, let's go. I think let's go to halftime.
Go to halftime for now.
Let's go to halftime.
When I still had hope.
Yeah, when there was still hope and the game was still a game.
Yeah.
So where should we start, guys? Should we start with what Turning Point did, or the Super Bowl halftime? What do you guys want to start with?
Now I want to know if she watched both of them, or did you split screen it, or did you pick?
Well, I watched the Turning Point halftime show during the Super Bowl, but then on X after I was like, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, you got to go see it.
And I was like, okay.
And you have to at least, like for what we do, like we all had to watch it to know what happened. Who wants to start? What do you guys want to start with, Turning Point or Bad Bunny?
Well, I noticed that I was watching a post and you were like translating some of the lyrics to some of, and I was like, what?
Okay, so that's
I was like,
interesting.
Yeah, I saw
what?
that.
That's what he
To
was
a
saying?
song that he did. Which,
God,
by
I
the
can't
way,
speak
before you
Spanish.
start with that, just out of curiosity, while it was on, we put our closed captions on to see if it would somehow do it in English, and it didn't. So I couldn't tell anything what he was saying.
I couldn't even say everything because it's so horrible. But of course, I don't know about any of y'all. If y'all speak any fluent Spanish,
No.
no.
See,
I don't speak fluent English. I mean, I'm
Me too.
broken English over here.
agua, nachos.
Yeah, there you go. That's about as much Spanish as I know too. But I was just curious because I saw people that I know that were like sharing the Bad Bunny halftime show, and they're like, "This is great," and then Christians were reaching out to me and they were like, how dare you share the Turning Point halftime show? How dare you share Kid Rock? Like, you're not a real Christian. And then they'd be like, they'd be sharing Bad Bunny. I'm not even kidding, you guys. And I was like, I wonder, because I watched the show and I was like, this is like kind of gross. But I was like, I wonder what he actually said. He's like, I love to write songs for fun. You guys are like the real deal, you know? And so y'all, I know you guys probably put a big emphasis on lyrics. And I was like, I'd really like to know what he said. And I Googled it. It was just worse than I imagined. It was terrible, absolutely disgusting, not family friendly whatsoever. But the sad thing is that a lot of us didn't know that because we don't speak Spanish. So we're welcoming this vile language into our homes, into our families, and we don't know. Like, we didn't know what he was saying.
No, we didn't.
Well, let's start. Well, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, just saying it start. You know, I personally, I don't blame Bad Bunny for doing it. They asked him to do it. Of course, it's the NFL. They've been striving so hard to become a global sport, almost
and diverse.
Right.
The quotation.
For me, it's like any big business. Like it's just that way in the music business. You know, a lot of the business of music is liberal. Doesn't mean that the artists are, or the musicians are, or the writers are, right? And the players, like I try not to get wrapped up in it because I love football so much. You know, the players don't feel that way. Most of them don't. I don't. You know, but it's
well, and to piggyback on that, if you look at it purely from the football side of it, and we'll put aside the other side for right now, but just as a football fan, you look at it and you go, why? I don't understand this. Why are you turning your head from your demographic? That makes no sense to me.
That's the head scratcher part.
That's just, it makes no sense.
Go take the conservative ticket buyer away from that game and watch what happens to the stands.
Well, and in the stands, there's all kinds of footage of people in the stands weren't necessarily having a good time.
No, they're just kind of standing there.
They're all confused. Like I watched it just because I wanted to see, see what was going on, making sure he wasn't.
That was a piped-in crowd.
But I just want to make sure. I felt it actually. I was happy that didn't happen. But I was looking at the stands and I was trying to see. I was wondering like, what's that like there? In the footage is, they're confused like I am. I don't understand what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
It's like that Ron Burgundy thing. I don't speak Spanish.
I can't understand you. That's what
I did watch it. I watched that one first because I pretty much knew, what you would probably see at the turning point. And I was going to watch that later, but I didn't know what I was going to see with Bad Bunny. And like I say, we got to talk about it. So I was going into it with a really negative mindset. And I'm not saying that really changed, but there were at least because I'm reaching for any kind of positives, because obviously I didn't know what he said, nor did any other millions of people know what he was saying. But outside of the fact that he really groped himself a lot, like he really that in the football, he was really he's a very hands-on performance,
very hands-on performance.
But I did like at least. And they had all the flags and everything represented. The American flag was first, which I was a little surprised by in a good way. That flag was first because a lot of times it's not. Like if you go into your emojis and stuff, you try to find the American flag, even though it starts with an A. It's way down there.
So funny you said
that. I did like that. At least. So I was thinking, okay, so he's not. He's not condemning America.
You're really
or anything
reaching
like that.
for the positive.
So anyway, but I did notice that. So that was a positive, and I did like the show part of it. There was a lot of movement, and I was thinking about how difficult it would have been because it seemed like there's 1,000 dancers, performers, all that stuff. It seemed to choreograph all that would have been a lot. So, but the music, I don't remember any of the music. Nothing was infectious to me. Wasn't bad, but.
I just couldn't understand anything.
I couldn't understand anything.
I was like, wait a minute. What do I do here?
What did you think about it, Caroline?
I'll read y'all some of the lyrics if you want.
Oh,
yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good.
I don't know if my ears can take it.
I don't know. You guys are,
We're not... We'll get fined if we say anything.
We may not be old enough. We may not be old enough.
Lots of beeps.
She had them marked out, and she didn't say them on.
I'm not going to say all of them.
We can't afford too many fines.
Hit the buzzer when you get to a bad word.
Does it actually make a noise?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let's go. Okay. I love these. Okay. The one from Barcelona that came by playing and says that my inspire. I let them play with my heart. I'd like to move in with all of them to a mansion. The day I get married, I'll send them an invitation, which is like great. Let's promote hookup culture. My is being chased, and I want you to hide it. Grab it like a bongo. She took a pill that made her. She. In the Audi, not in the Honda.
La 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 la.
You don't want
la.
to hear none of this. No, chill. I twerk alone. Yeah, no, chill. I twerk alone. Like, I can't even say this. Like,
I know.
You don't even need to. I've heard enough.
Yes, they're so bad, so bad. There's a lot of talking about grinding and all this stuff we don't need to say. Puerto Rico's so great. Yeah, it's so great. And there was just...
I know. No, I want our listeners...
Yeah.
A lot of people haven't even bothered to translate what was said. And I'm glad you did that.
Bother because it's so bad. It's so disgusting.
Yeah.
And that's like.
So what is
5%.
that? I'm surprised that
No, Goodell said it's supposed to unite us.
So
the whole show was supposed to be uniting us.
Well, I'm surprised though that the language, for those that do speak Spanish. So how's that just coming across network TV though? Why is that okay?
That's a great question. I don't know.
I'm just curious. How does that not get? I'm just because
good question. I don't know.
That's a question. That's a legit question. Finally,
it really is.
Finally, after 100 episodes, I got a legit question.
You did it.
I did it. Get my good luck charm.
Thank you for bringing out this brilliance in TK.
I've been waiting to ask you to have some meat on the bone. No, I'm just curious. How is that? I mean,
that's a very good question.
I mean, a lot of people speak Spanish.
I don't know. The whole thing is, going back to even just being a football fan too. It's ever since Jay-Z, who we could also talk about, but maybe we won't, has taken over in Rock Nation. The whole lineups have been. They're supposed to promote diversity, but yet. Well, there's just not been a white performer since.
Yeah.
So I don't know how diverse that is.
Lady Gaga she performed.
Yeah, I mean a headliner.
Oh, headliner. Okay.
That one word causes diversity.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It causes so much division. It's not even funny.
I just think Bad Bunny.
I think they're doing it on purpose.
Bad luck.
I mean, I don't know. Like,
You might be right.
Bad Bunny was bad.
keeping in mind that I don't know what he was saying at the time. I didn't look at the whole thing and think like, wow, this is really divisive for the country. I didn't really feel
freaking
that.
English.
Well,
I mean,
You're in America.
but like, but like, I didn't feel that. I didn't understand it. I didn't get it, and I would have liked it to have been someone else and understand what they were saying.
Well, I'm with you, Kayla.
I didn't feel like there was hate or
triggered.
Anti-American or anything like. I didn't feel that.
I just want to understand it. I was like, this is frustrating.
That's fair. That's fair.
I thought it was
anti-Christian,
anti-Christian, anti-conservative, anti-Christian, and anti-American. I thought it was all the above. Mm-hmm. I think the whole notion of it, the whole idea of it from Goodell to do, he's owned by Jay-Z. There's no telling what kind of kickbacks he's probably getting from the deal they made. And I think
you're dead on there, by the way.
All of it. Mm-hmm. It was so divisive and so anti-American and so anti-Christian, anti-conservative.
Okay, so
anti-everything.
What was the anti-American part from your view?
They didn't know because there was no English spoken.
Fair.
That's anti-American right out of the chute.
That's a solid point.
Okay.
One for
Because I
deal.
couldn't understand them, a red-blooded American.
Besides that good one, give me one more.
It was frustrating though. It was. I will say, like, it was weird. It was like, I also want to understand something.
You know what goes great with small town stories?
Original Glory, America's beer right here.
I've been drinking this every songwriting session today.
Man, that clean, crisp taste reminds me of summer nights on the back porch after a fresh mowed lawn.
And they're just not making great beer. They're investing in America's small towns.
Well, it's just like us. They believe in bringing communities together.
Not only do they invest in communities, but a portion of each sale goes to the veterans and the first responders and all the heroes that protect us.
For a limited time, you can become a member of the OG fam and invest in this beer at wefunder.com/original brands.
Join our Original Glory family and help ignite that Original Glory spirit.
My name is Glenn Story. I'm the founder and CEO of Patriot Mobile. And then we have 4 principles. First Amendment, Second Amendment, right to life, military and first responders. If you have a place to go put your money, you always want to put it with somebody that's like-minded. Of course. I think that's the beauty of Patriot Mobile. We're a conservative alternative.
Don't get fooled by other providers pretending to share your values or have the same coverage. Go to patriotmobile.com/smalltown to get a free month of service when you use the offer code SMALLTOWN or call 972-PATRIOT.
This discussion is why Turning Point decided to do this. By the way, you notice we showed up in the very first song, Dirt Road Anthem.
Yeah.
Not us,
Yeah.
but we were kind of there.
We represented, yes.
Yeah, we were kind of there. So Brantley Gilbert was there. He was first, right? Didn't I get that right? I think so.
I don't know if he was first, but yeah, I think so.
I think
it's
so,
right.
yeah.
Why am I forgetting her name? Gabby Barrett.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lee Bryce.
Lee Bryce.
I think her husband was there. Was he there?
I'm sure he was there.
Great story about that, by the way. Someday that's going to get its own episode. Gabby Barrett's husband.
And of course,
gets his own episode. Sorry.
Kid Rock, Robert Ritchie. What was your favorite part of the Turning Point halftime?
Well, I'm a really big Gabby Barrett fan.
Yeah.
I love her songwriting. I think it's beautiful, and it's Tulsa, it really portrays marriage and children and traditional like family values in a really, really beautiful way that culture hates. And I think she's so bold. She's such a good role model to young women. But I mean, probably my favorite part of everything was when Robert Ritchie at the end sang the gospel as he added another verse to Till You Can't. And I was just like, wow, this is so powerful and such a testament to the fact that God can use anybody he wants to do anything he wants to. And that was definitely my favorite part. My family was over for the game and they were like, this is good. This is really good.
By the way, we've met Robert Ritchie, and we've also met Kid Rock.
They're two different people.
Two different people.
They are, and they're both fun in their own way.
Kid Rock is kind of gone for the most part. His persona's there, but the Robert Ritchie part was fantastic. Yeah. Absolutely fantastic.
I like Kid Rock's alternate verse that he opened up with was cool. I thought it was cool, the Cody Johnson song, and that was just a great song overall. And that was was that Matt Rogers and Ben Stennis, I think, wrote that? Two great guys, man. That was awesome. But I did like that. That was really powerful.
And Gabby was out on tour with us. She's fantastic. She's an incredible talent. Incredible talent.
It's really cool.
It feels like you're starting to see, like Kid Rock, for instance. I mean, we don't judge somebody's walk and what they're doing. It's like, you can kind of tell when somebody's authentic when they're coming across, and who knows what his walk is right now, and you can kind of maybe the little transformation with like Jelly Roll, and I don't judge what anybody's,
Of course, that's
even
not
though
our role.
but you can also tell on the other side of the coin. I mean, you can also tell who's already given their soul over to the other side.
Well, and you touched on that, you're getting blowback, Kid Rock has, because of his, prior sins, like who doesn't have any prior, present, and future. But you talked about that, a little bit too with Kid Rock.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, who are we to judge? Like you guys said, we're not God. We don't know someone's heart. We can judge them by their fruits, but the fruits of what Robert Ritchie did the other night, I've only seen good things come from that. Yeah. And to everyone that's, yelling at me on Instagram, you shouldn't be sharing this. They're really the ones doing the judging. Like, it's really not our side as much as they portray it to be. People that have converted to Christianity and people that have went from, very liberal to conservative. And I have some of my best friends used to be liberal atheists, and now they're like devoted Jesus followers and they're Republicans. And what I've noticed from them is like they thought that they were on the side of unity and love. But then once they changed their mind, that side turned on them so fast, and we welcomed them. Like, and we accept the truth that the Lord can change anybody's heart and anybody's life at any time. Jelly Roll, Kid Rock, us. Like, if God can do it in us, why wouldn't he be able to do it in them, So, yeah.
Yeah, one thing you can we can agree on is like the very far left, the extreme. They're not nice people. You don't have to scroll very far down your feed to realize that. I mean, I don't care what side of the fence you're on. You have to agree with me. I don't care. There's no argument there. Like, the extremists, they're mean.
They're very mean.
Brutal. I mean, just hateful.
And you think is there any coming back for those people? I mean, you see some of them, you're like, could any of those people be converted? I suppose they could, but it's like, I don't.
See, they're so convinced that they're on the. Sorry, Caleb. That they're on the good side. That they're, and I'm not here to tell them that there's a good and bad side. I'm not here to judge, like we talked about. But it's like anything else. They're so strongly convinced. You start talking about the incidents with ICE and stuff. Mm-hmm. These people, when they're standing in front of cars, getting hit with cars, they think they're on the right side somehow.
Sorry, Keller, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, while we're still on a little bit of the bad, but the hate is so deep in some of those people. I don't know what it would take God moving in their life, Jesus in their heart, changing that. And it's like the Bad Bunny, like his slogan, nothing's more powerful than hate than love, right? But the far left, that's where all the hate comes from. Is from the far left, and
Can't
the
disagree.
right. We're not, and Neil said it many times. We're not out in the streets, hating because we lost an election and we don't like the results and we hate this man or woman and we're gonna break the law because we don't like it.
Oh, exactly.
And so wishing they that, but anyway, so I don't know as far as those people. It would take God changing their heart to take the hate out of their heart, because that's where the hate is coming from.
Absolutely. I mean, you look.
Amen.
I mean, like, Adam, to what you're saying, you look at how they reacted when George Floyd was killed versus when Charlie Kirk was killed. You look at the different responses from the different sides. They were rioting in the streets. They were burning down businesses, destroying people's livelihoods. And we met and we gathered and we prayed and a revival broke out. And if that doesn't tell you, that doesn't show you the difference between the sides, like, nothing will.
Yeah. Yeah, and that poor girl from Ukraine we talked about, Irene,
that one,
and nothing on that.
That's one of the worst things in a while. It happened to Charlie, and then terrible. But then this young woman that got killed on that, I think it was a bus or whatever, Carolina somewhere. What a terrible seeing that, and of course you see everything today on social media. There's cameras everywhere. There's security footage everywhere, and to see that is it's heartbreaking, and they just swept that right under the rug, and that's one of the problems we're having is just we're forgetting the worth of human life, and it's so easy to turn the cheek when it doesn't go with what your belief.
Yeah, the human life only matters if you're on
that
one side.
One side, yeah.
Which is then it's a story.
Which is one of the bigger problems we've had, and we've talked about it before. Like, everybody's got their. For me, everybody. Look, I can't force you to think what I think. I don't. That's not what I set out to do. But I think once we lost the ability to communicate peacefully and disagree peacefully, then I don't know how you get back to the middle point. When you, it feels like the far left, again, I don't think I'm wrong here. You can't really, I've tried to have conversations with some people in that world. They're hard to talk to. Like,
the truth is, it's amazing how the truth is as offensive it is to the left as a lie is to us. It is, isn't that weird? That is so bizarre that they're offended that much by the truth.
Phew, Caroline, I'm just, as you were speaking, I'm like, how old are you? I mean, seriously, it's been blowing me away with your knowledge or wisdom. You're like an old soul, you've got.
Yeah.
And maybe I say that because we're just old. And
You're not old.
Oh, we're old. Caroline, by the way, she came in here calling all of us sir, which I guess is nice and
raised
respectful.
up right, man.
Yeah.
That's right. She was raised up right.
She's calling Neil sir because he's older.
Oh my goodness.
He's the elder statesman.
Yeah.
I don't look really, but I am.
We're pretty dang close.
Came down to. Yeah. That's right.
Let's see if we can pivot a little bit.
No, I want to know if she's running for office.
Okay.
Oh, I hope not. I do not want to be a politician. If the Lord ever called me to it, I'm in, but I do not.
We're going to remember you said that.
Yeah, no, we've had people on here that said they weren't, and then they did.
And they did.
So
Part of our thing.
It isn't a never, but I don't want to.
Okay. What you got, Caleb?
Before we pivot, I just wanted to read this just because we've talked about it. And actually, I mean, you're right. Your generation with Charlie Kirk and Turning Point, as far as Christians go and conservatives, are the loudest that it's ever been, definitely in my lifetime, because our generation, we didn't say anything. You're conservative, you're Christian, just kind of, hey, just live our life. We'll go to church, we'll believe in God and pray to Jesus and everything, and we'll let those people do it. They're not affecting us. But it is now, and you can tear apart America. Then it's really going to affect everybody. And so I saw this post of yours on X, and you said either Christians get involved in the government or the government gets involved in our schools, families, and churches. We're in a war of good versus evil. Life is under attack. Families are under attack. The church is under attack. No more apolitical Christians. And I thought that was really powerful, especially somebody of your age. But it's inspiring even to us, to be able to say something and stand your ground and not be afraid to say it.
Wow. First of all, thank you for your kind words. But it is really like, if we don't say it, who will? You know, if we don't take a stand, look around, nobody else is coming to do it. And like I said, my little sister, she's 5. I don't want her to grow up in America with less freedom. With any question that I could have done something about it. And I can't do a lot about it. Like, I can post on social media, and I can maybe get people to think and have conversations. But at the end of the day, if all of us are doing that, then no doubt we're going to see change. Like, even with the Turning Point halftime show, like, millions and millions and millions of people tuned in. And I noticed yesterday, I don't know if this is still the case, but yesterday the #1 song in the world was Kid Rock's version of Till You Can't. The second was Till You Can't, Cody Johnson. And then the third was a Bad Bunny song. Yeah. That just goes to show you, if we're willing to step out, if we're willing to do something that maybe goes against culture and maybe we'll get a lot of heat for, or maybe we'll write a song like you guys have. People want to stand for something. They want to believe in something. They want to go against the culture. They really, deep down, they do, but most of the time they don't have the courage to do it. And when other people do it, they're happy to follow. You know, they're happy to be like, I have something to stand for, something to live for. Because, like, isn't that what we all want at the end of the day? But that was kind of a rabbit trail. But
no, 100%.
It's
and
great.
then just to circle back to the halftime thing, too, I think at the very least, it gives people the alternative to see something that they appreciate and believe in. And that alone, on its own, is an amazing thing.
Which is sad, though.
It is sad,
because
but
part of our American, what I love the most is Super Bowl. Because everybody watches the halftime show.
It's water cooler talk.
It's like, it's amazing. It's like
remember that time Janet Jackson?
Yeah,
it's like everybody talks about it.
I don't know.
We have the 250-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Why didn't they do that at halftime? Here we are. I mean, it's a birthday celebration for America.
Should I have Jason Aldean?
Absolutely.
That would have been
It
a
should
real
have.
good
Well,
one.
it should have been something
good idea.
like that.
Great idea.
Well, Caroline,
you're right.
And
for office, run for office. What she said.
The more we're talking about it, and maybe I'll change. I guess in my viewing of the halftime show, my thought was it wasn't anti-American, but what it was and what it's become. And Kurt, you said it on I think the last episode. I don't know if it's out yet or not, but is that, or maybe it was TK, that immigration is different. Like, people come into the country, and some people still come to the country and they love America. They want to be a part of it. They want to get a job and raise their families, kids, stuff like that. But a lot of people don't. And it seemed like even in that halftime show, it's not as much about, hey, America's great and we're all being a part of America. They're coming to America, but still all the flag, they're still bringing everything they left. They left these countries because they wanted to be here, but they don't want to really fully integrate into America. You know, makes sense, right?
Because the process is disappearing.
That is different, than it used to be. That's different.
There's a process to go through that a lot of great people go through, and to become American, and just walking across the border now. I mean, really, it happened, when Biden was president. That's why we're in this position. Why we're in with ICE and everything, having to clean things up or do the best we can to clean it up, which is very messy. Very messy.
It is. It made me think they were saying at the halftime, well, there's 50 million people in America that speak Spanish. And I'm like, well, yeah, 25 of them are illegal.
But we wouldn't be in this position of having to do a mass cleanup without the open border policy that we had to go through for 4 years. Right. So it all just snowballs. You know what I mean? If there had been any kind of vetting and checking and going through the system, we wouldn't be in this position.
We all know why it happened.
Well, it doesn't matter why it happened. It's just how it happened, and it happened. So now we're in this position of, I hate what's going on in situation with ICE because they have an impossible job.
Anybody that voted for Biden, it's your freaking fault that happened. You voted the guy that opened the freaking borders. It's your fault. It begins with the voter. It's on your ass. Period.
But
it ain't Biden's fault. It's who voted for that guy. It's your fault.
But those same people would vote for a guy who believed the exact same way Biden did. They do it today. They would not change.
That's a fact.
Crazy.
Which is scary. You think what happens in 3 years when the election comes around again. If someone else gets in with that mindset, it all just happens again.
Yep.
It just, the unraveling happens again, and then the cycle starts over again with the divisiveness.
What I love about your generation is there's not a lot of fence riders in your generation.
I agree with that.
There's not a lot.
I agree. Tully's son falls into that. There's a lot of. That's a great generation.
Yes,
a lot of. At least what I've seen, a lot of common sense. A lot of common sense. Like they're not. I'm actually impressed.
And there's a lot of numbnut parents out there. Good God! Please raise your kid.
That'll
like
always
this
be
kid.
true.
Please raise your kid like this kid. Please.
Hey,
I'm begging you.
Let's include Caroline in some of our shenanigans.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if she'll join us in one of our weekly segments
that
we like to call "People Are Idiots."
Yeah.
Or dipshittiest, as our friend Chad Prather says. We like to highlight the absurdities of, I guess, some people's behaviors or just things they do. We'll let you go last if you want to join.
But no pressure.
But
my favorite part.
Indulge us and listen to some of ours. Who's got one?
I don't have any this week. I haven't come across one.
What do
this
you?
week.
How do you
Really?
living?
What do you mean? They're all over.
I know, but I haven't come across one because I usually take this segment to use like a personal experience.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, but you didn't have one.
That's weak.
Didn't. The only thing I got is, I was hitting balls on the range, and
Here we go.
Okay, continue.
This is
no,
good.
it wasn't. I ran out of balls, and it took the ball boy like 15 minutes to fill my bucket.
Wow.
That's all I got.
That's the elitist of the week. I don't think that's shitty.
Wow.
Okay. Tough day in your world. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I got, boys.
That's funny.
Oh man.
Brutal.
Kayla, get us started.
All right. So this is what I have. I brought this show and tell
Prop?
So I brought this for people who are watching.
This is
and
weird.
if you're listening,
I'm confused.
this
Very
is
confused.
This is a
Bad
duck.
ducky?
This is a duck that is disguised as a sheep.
Where are you going with this?
My first thought was when I saw it, because somebody gave this to Lucy, my baby girl, and so you got to change a duck. What was wrong with the duck? Just a duck. Why do you have to make a duck a sheep? So I took that out of a room. I saw that and I said, that does not go in the tub. That just is not right. So I didn't like
That's
it.
really what that is.
I'm so confused, Kalo.
No, it's a duck, but they made the duck look like a sheep.
It's got a sheep.
Are you sure?
outfit on.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Let me see that.
Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a duck.
It looks like a sheep outfit.
Yeah.
So who are you calling the idiot? The person that
Person who
manufactured
made it
this?
and whoever got that.
We're not showing very
Yeah.
well with Caroline here on our
China.
show.
This is not
China.
bad.
All right.
This
You
is
guys
all we
are-
got.
All right, so if you don't like that one.
Taiwan.
Okay. So, all right. This one is one that I don't like. Okay. So, you know the squeeze bottle, like the Dawn squeeze bottle? This is the kind of a germaphobe thing. So, it sits on the counter. So sometimes I've seen it happen that you're cooking, somebody's cooking, they're dealing with raw chicken or something like that, and they'll grab the bottle, the Dawn bottle, and they'll clean, and there's all their hands, and I'm just looking at my Dawn bottle. I'm like, my God, the raw
Are
chicken
you
is
calling out your wife
all
here?
over. No, I'm not saying.
Good man.
Maybe it didn't happen in my house, but somewhere very close. But anyway,
My
that was
wife would say
something
that
bothered
probably
me.
about me,
I would,
like
yeah.
hamburger.
Because then you
meat.
got to wash the
yeah.
bottle.
Yeah.
That's
You know?
over the line there. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
I never have a shortage for these things. You know?
I know you got them stocked.
I'm just trying to figure out which one I
You
want to
said
go
you had
with.
one you were building to.
Yeah, no, but then I got a
an
new
unreleased
one.
episode.
I know. All right, I'll go.
Caroline, we're giving you plenty of time to think of one.
Should I go with the one I was talking about?
Well, we set a low bar, so
I know.
that's a good.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'll go back to when I had last week. I want to talk about. I love going to the movies. I still love going to the movies. I love it. Went to the movie last night late.
What'd you say?
What?
Bone Temple with me and Keller.
Okay.
Yeah, I said 28 days, 28 weeks later, that whole thing. Very, very gruesome and scary movie. Went to a late one. It was fun. But, and this didn't happen last night because last night was a late movie, so theater was kind of empty. But I will say, the last movie I went to a few weeks ago, we've lost, the movie etiquette has left us. No talking in the movie.
Oh, I can't. Oh, no.
I think as soon as in my world, when it goes and the previews come on, that's your cue.
Quiet time.
Stop talking. Yeah. No talking. Put your phones down. what's happening out there is there's whispering throughout the whole movie.
Are they talking about the movie or just stuff in general? Or
No,
do you know?
I don't even know if they're watching the movie.
No, they're not.
No, they're and it actually
Infuriating.
the anxiety gets to the point. It's like right here.
I bet you break out in hives.
I start to sweat. I do.
Have to.
If
it
it's
infuriates
so
I'm with
rude.
you. I don't want anybody talking during the stop.
It's so rude. Everybody's there. It's a great thing,
Because movies are so inexpensive these days.
and I love it. I
You
love
want-
I love
want
going to
talking.
movies. But those
I
people.
agree. That's not a time for talking.
No, preview start.
Stop.
Stop talking.
I agree. That's a good one.
Well, I mean, it's just it happens.
We could talk more. I've had so
great.
many
That's a good one.
encounters with them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Kurt?
like Neil, I like to have it be relevant to something that happened during the week. So yesterday, I'm going to Home Depot. Believe it or not,
I don't believe you.
Do I look like a Home Depot?
You back
guy?
under the house again?
By yourself. No,
By myself?
No guitar tech.
With no tech.
Okay.
Anyway, tell me what the deal is, and sorry, Caroline, with men's public restrooms. Yeah. Why, first of all, 50% of them aren't flushed with whatever mixture.
That's gross.
It's so gross. There's urine all over the seats.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
What's it like? Is it? Do you have a problem? Why do people choose the public bathroom to
It's hard.
to not be able to go in the toilet?
No, it's really bad. It's really bad.
It's really bad.
It's really bad.
Men's bathrooms are gas station. Have you ever been in one?
Only in dire emergency.
No, I will beeline to Buc-ee's. If it's 50 miles, I will hold it
There
until
you
I get to
go.
Buc-ee's.
Oh, I'd never
Buc-ee's
make
is
it to
It's
Buc-ee's.
clean,
Never
cleanest
make it.
restrooms.
But why do people? Why do they treat restrooms like that?
I think it's the first person. See, because once the lid's all ruined, then the next guy comes in and goes, "Oh well, might as well." You know?
I just joined the party.
Yeah, just join. I mean,
It's
can't
so
you
true.
just take your boot and kick the lid up? That's all you got to do.
It's so disgusting.
Yeah.
It is. So
Don't you agree, Caroline?
I
Just
do.
kick the lid up.
I'm not even kidding. I'm a list maker, and I have just random lists because I don't know why. But on my phone, I have this list, and it's like list of things that I can't stand. And like top of the list is like gas station bathrooms. I said with the exception of Buc-ee's.
Oh yeah,
It's
you're
just
right.
so disgusting.
So this is-
this is fantastic.
I hate to tell y'all, but it's on both sides. Maybe not as bad for the men's side, but you know, why do you think they're pretending to be women now to get in our bathroom?
Well, and I've
That's
always
the reason.
I've always heard
That's the real reason.
I've always heard that like in Airbnbs, the between guys and girls, the roughest on the houses and the washcloths with makeup, the bathrooms and everything, that the girls are the worst. They'd rather have 10 guys than 10 girls.
I believe that.
You think that's right?
Probably.
Okay.
I believe that. Yeah, I believe
Probably.
that.
I will forever be scarred. Kurt, you might remember this. We played a club. This is like 2005 or 6 or 4 or 7, somewhere in there. We played a club in Missouri somewhere, and the post show. So burritos. They gave us burritos after the show. We hadn't eaten all day, of course. We never ate in those days. So I'm eating this burrito, and we're on the road going to another town. It's 1 in the morning. So I had this burrito, and I eat the burrito, and I'm sitting there, and something's not settling. I don't feel good. I start to get. You remember that? I don't know if you remember this. I start to
block
get
these things
sweaty. I'm like, oh, I do not feel good. Like, this is really bad. And it's loud in the front lines of the bus. And I go to our driver. His name was Big Dave at the time. I said, you got to get me to a truck stop. I'm going to be sick. And I'm holding it together. I'm sweating, clammy, freaking out. So I run into this truck stop, and I have to be sick. And I open the door, and it's bad.
Stomach sick, or do you have to vomit?
Vomit, stomach. Yeah, vomit.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm so glad you could come to the show.
Yeah. So
Aren't you
I have
glad?
We finally have a girl. Huh?
I have to vomit, and it's happening, and I feel so sick.
No, I can't. I don't even want to picture this.
I go in to open the bathroom, and it's one of the bathrooms that we were talking about.
Oh.
Except maybe worse.
Oh man.
And I had no choice. I got down on the floor.
No.
Just I hugged
go in the sink.
seat.
Go in the
I know.
sink.
I was so
No.
my mind wasn't working. I was so sick. And then what you learn about me is I
touch me.
have a world class, like terrible, the worst gag reflex. I gag over the thought of anything being gross. So now I'm puking and gagging because I'm on the floor of the truck stop, double gagging, and I'm around the seat, and it's not good. Yeah, no, I know. I mean, I still obviously it scarred me.
That scarred me just hearing it.
Yeah,
thanks for bringing it
Sorry.
up.
I'm sorry,
Stories from the
Caroline, I'm
road.
sorry.
You want them? There it is.
Caroline, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, really.
Wow.
Welcome, Caroline.
Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Do you want to join, or do you think it's fine with that?
Anything.
I don't got anything like that. What's really annoying to me is when God's like reach out to me and this is not even funny, but they're like, God told me you're my wife.
Oh, really? You get that one?
Yeah.
You
'cause
win.
I'm
That's a good
Republican.
one.
So they're like, oh yeah, God told me you're my wife. And you get that over and over. You're like, like those kind of guys are so annoying. Because even if you like give them the time of day.
You can't give somebody like that time of day.
You're right. I don't. I learned my lesson the first time. I was like, But that's
With
just
who?
what. What's funny is he actually like loves Jason Aldean. That's the funny thing.
Really?
He did, but he was from Washington
Well, he's a good
State.
guy.
That could be anybody. That could be
This
anybody.
is on you.
That's the only good thing about him, y'all. Okay.
Who would say that though? God told me you're.
Yeah.
Big red flag.
Very big
That's
red flag.
lame.
So to any women listening to this, if any man ever tells
They're
you
an
that,
idiot. If they thought that would work.
no.
No, but what if he
It
was
never
right
works.
and you
It's like-
missed it? What if he was right?
You know what? I'm not powerful enough to miss what God has.
That's
If
right.
it's that, if it's that,
Caroline,
it's
that's
not that man. though.
fantastic.
It's not that
Yeah.
man.
Wow, that was
That wasn't
fantastic.
that
was
funny
nice.
though. Sorry, y'all.
No, but it is.
Stories like that.
It was great.
I don't know. You just showed
Well,
us up on our
we've
own.
got
I know.
500 years of stories between
You got any
us.
questions
We're
you
old.
want to ask us?
I really do, and this is definitely shifting gears, but I love to write music, and I was wondering, I'm here with like some world-class songwriters,
Go on.
musicians. I'd love to hear, I'd love to hear your biggest advice on either songwriting or the music industry, or just, fighting the culture war that we're in. It could be like any of those things, but
That's quite a range. Anybody
specifically,
Yeah.
I'd love to hear the most probably about songwriting though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say for the most part, on just one of the points that you said, I wouldn't try too hard. If you're trying to be a commercial songwriter artist, I wouldn't try too hard to be purposely political. I would write things that move people, that move the majority of people, no matter what side they're on. It just seems like it's very hard, you're alienating certain people. So that's not what I set out to do on a daily basis, is to write something to make 50% of America mad. It's not, So
Well, and
that'd be
even
one.
with-
Wish you could though.
Well, I know, but
and also when I think what we learned is like, for a lot of years we're writing stuff, especially for Jason, we were writing stuff that we think he would like. Oh, he'll like this. We think he'll like this. And never really had much luck with it for years and years. And then it just clicked as like, I'm going to start writing stuff that I can relate to, that means something that we've been through, making somebody feel something, like writing something, at least for us, like writing something that there's a connection to it. And if you feel something, then the listener probably will too. And it took years to figure that out. Like, instead of trying to write, like you said, writing commercially is hard because you want to have success at it, but you still got to be true. At least what I found is true to yourself and what you're writing about, because it won't be genuine, and no one's going to feel it. That's and it's, you listen to it, and it's like, oh, that's not brain surgery, but it is hard to figure that out when you're trying to figure out writing. Trying to not try to chase something, just write what you know, what you feel.
yeah, and it's cool if there's somebody in the room that part of the song came from a real place. And then you might have to have a different story to fill up the whole thing, because sometimes an idea can be a Hallmark card, but you need to make it longer. But if you have some realness to it, people feel that.
I never had much success trying to write for somebody, like what Tully was saying. Never did. You could tell me that Jason's looking for something, but I'm not gonna go, well, what would Jason say? I had to quit doing that because it never worked out, ever. So I had to go back to just write something that I would love. Try to write a great song with the best idea you got that day. You know?
And did you write that song? Because I heard you singing. You had a great voice, by the way, and you play well too. The guitar.
Kayla, she'll write with you. You don't have to
great. No,
bring it.
Love to.
no, but grateful for you. Did you write that, or is that?
I wish I wrote that song.
Because I didn't know. That's the first time I'd heard it.
I do write some songs, and I'm working on recording a couple things right now, just because I love it, and I'd love to put out some stuff more like Christian, like country kind of thing. But I didn't write that song. It's just a worship song that I really, really love. I think it's Elevation. I don't
probably
know who
one
the
I should
writer
know.
was. It's pretty new though, I think. So it's really good though. I love that song.
Yeah, but I was going to say in that one you seemed moved by that, and I thought it seemed like you wrote it because you're very connected to it and everything. So first off, like you said, something that moves you. Because if it doesn't move you, it's definitely not going to touch anybody else. Yeah,
that's good.
Guys, this has been an awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Seriously,
Thank
you're
y'all so
inspiring,
much.
and I hope you
come back again.
Yeah,
I would
just
love
hang out
to.
and you can just be around the table.
Fifth.
I would love that so much. This has been my favorite podcast I've ever been on. This is so much.
How many have you been on? Is this your first?
Thank you for saying that. We've had a lot of fun too.
No, it's been
That was
a
great.
lot of fun. Make sure you're downloading the episode, and if you're watching on YouTube, of course, leave the comments. Right, Caroline? We got to tell people call to actions.
Leave the comments.
Leave the comments, and we'll discuss this one with you. Lots of great content to talk about. Tell us what you think about Caroline, what she's doing, what she's standing up for. She's doing this at 19. It's unbelievable.
Crazy.
That's such a credit to you. Seriously, we're all inspired by what you're doing, and don't stop. What else we got to do? We got to thank Patriot Mobile. We got to thank Original Glory, Peacemaker Coffee.
Yes,
We love the Peacemaker Coffee. Espaces, of course. What did I forget?
Original Glory.
Original Glory, OG.
The OG, Original Glory. Never forget that. 4, Thrash, Kalo, TK, I'm Kurt. That's Caroline Joyous. Make sure you follow her. Check her out.
Thank y'all so much.
Tell your folks they did a great job.
Thank you. I will. This has been so much fun. Thank you again.
Awesome. Thank you, Caroline. Thanks for watching, everybody.
You're the best.
Make sure to follow along, subscribe, share, rate the show, and check out our merch at trythatinasmalltown.com.